Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday, November 7th, 2023. My name is Sam Shalhoub, and it's time for your daily dispatch. Today's dispatch brought to you by MyPillow. Go to mypillow.com, enter in the discount code SAM, and get up to 80% off of all of your purchases. Now, time for the news. Yesterday, we discussed President Zelensky, and I use that term loosely, inviting Donald Trump, President Trump, to go to Ukraine and end the war. Well, Donald Trump responded yesterday and he said, quote, "I have great respect for President Zelensky, but think it would be inappropriate to go to Ukraine at this time." Good move. Why would he want to go over and help Biden save face in the middle of a war that's going on that Biden clearly can't handle, nor any of his people? And I think that was a wise move by President Trump. Let him flail in the wind. I would love to hear your opinion on it and what you think about it, but that's where I stand on it. According to NBC, and this is mainstream media, they admitted that Obama is, quote, shadow president serving his third term. This is according to the People's Voice. Interesting time that this is coming out now. I think we all know what the truth is there, and I think they probably hit the nail on the head, but it's interesting that NBC, of all places, has come out and said that. Well, certainly something to keep an eye on. According to Just the News, the House GOP is crafting a major FISA reform to block snooping on Americans' phone records without warrants. Now, that's a great move. But as most of you know, we have the Patriot Act, we have the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act, and I would encourage all of you to look those up because they have been beefed up to essentially take away the rights of Americans. If people are considered terrorists, then all of a sudden a whole cascade of events takes place, like loss of due process and some really gruesome things that I'm not going to get into. But I would encourage all of you to look those two up. I'm sure you're familiar with the Patriot Act, but the NDAA is something else that I think you should pay attention to. According to American Thinker, Gavin Newsom, the governor of California here in California, signed a $25 minimum wage law for all hospital workers. And then apparently after he signed it, he found out that it's going to cost California $4 billion. This is more of the same with him. I think he takes knee-jerk reactions, looking at public polls or what have you, and then finds out later that, oh, maybe that wasn't the best thing to do. There's many examples of that with him. According to Disclosed TV, Zelensky said in a Monday's address that it's, quote, not the right time for elections in Ukraine. And this comes at the end of his 5-year term is approaching. Dictator? I mean, my goodness. He's going to suspend elections based on what he thinks is right or wrong? Well, that may not be too far a stretch for what may or may not happen here. There's a lot of talk about 2024 elections maybe not taking place. Now, it can't be confirmed and we don't know what's going to happen, but I find it interesting that Zelensky is now going to suspend their elections in Ukraine. Not surprising, but interesting timing. According to Zero Hedge, and this is our last story today, Home Depot founder called Biden a, quote, dunce, says that the president is a puppet. Well, interesting that one of the founders of Home Depot is coming out and calling out the Biden, and I use this term loosely, administration. I think we all know that his cognitive abilities at the very least are compromised, if not much more significantly. But for Home Depot owner to come out and say this, good for him and bravo to him. So that's all we have for today. If you're able, go to my store, that's mystore.com, enter in the discount code SAM, and get up to 80% off of all of your purchases. Please like, share, follow, and subscribe. And as you know, you can find me on Rumble or at samshalhoub.com. And in the meantime, I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk again soon.